In the previous video on corporate communication and public relations, we had look into the introduction part, the definition, meaning, scope, corporate communication in India, and the need and relevance of corporate communication in the contemporary scenario. In the second video, we are going to look into the key concept in corporate communication. What are these key concepts in corporate communication? We've got corporate identity, corporate image, and corporate reputation. Let's go into the individual aspect. First one is the corporate identity, meaning and features. Now, what is corporate identity? It is a visual profile of a company, or in other words, the way in which a company submits itself in the general public. It is the representation of how a corporation views itself and how it wishes to portray itself to the public. Now, who are this public? They are the customers, the employees, the investors, and the collaborators. Let us take a simple example of Google. Now, Google is a company that has been known for its corporate identity of being a modern company which is symbolized by its name, which is unique in sound and image, with a symbol which is always changing in shape and color. You find many companies, there are many such companies such as McDonald's and electronic companies. They have their own identity, and that runs through all of their products and merchandises. Now, if we take an example of McDonald's, the trademark of M, that's a logo, and the yellow and the red appears consistently throughout McDonald's packaging and advertisement. You can say a corporate identity is essential for every business organization, as it helps in interaction of the customers and the company. It includes the several supporting devices such as the company letterheads, the business cards, the websites, and so on. Let us now look into what are the features of corporate identity. First one is it is recognition and visibility. Corporate identity gives recognition and visibility to an organization so that people, they remember its name as well as the business it carries out at the time of its need. There is a need for determining the identity. Now, the strength of the company identity is determined on the basis of what it informs about the product. It should try to provide the product origin, designer, manufacturer, country, and culture, besides information about the quality, the function, and the use and maintenance of the product. Now, third one is the face for external stakeholders. Corporate identity is the face. Corporate identity becomes the face for external stakeholders and contributes to its reputation as it carries out positioning of the organization and the product it deals with. Now, there is a sense of belongingness. It's one of the characteristic features. Corporate identity brings about among the employees a sense of belonging to the organization, as they are able to relate to the organization as a whole, as well as to the specific roles within it. Now, there are tangible qualities associated. Corporate identity represents the tangible qualities, which are the manifestation of graphics, shapes. Now, this comes in the form of logos, uniform, color, lettering styles, and so on, which are visible on various application area of the company. Now, it is composed of three parts. What are these three parts? Number one, the corporate design. Now, what I mean by corporate design? The logo of the company, the uniforms, the corporate colors, this forms the corporate design. Second one is the corporate communication, that is the advertising, public relation, informations, and so on. And the third one is the corporate behavior. Now, these are the internal values, the norms, etc. And the last one is harmonious relationship. Corporate identity refers not only to logos and brochures, but to an harmonious relationship between all corporate activities. Next, we look into what we mean by corporate image. Corporate image is a set of beliefs, ideas and impression a person, that is a customer or a shareholder, and the employees hold regarding the object, and that is the company. It is a mental picture that springs up at the mention of the firm's name. Say Tata's, Birla's, Mafatlal, Kirloskar, Google, McDonald. These are all names. When you call them, image, corporate image stands in front of your eyes. It's a composite psychological impression that continually changes with the firm's circumstances, media coverage, performance, etc. Similar to a firm's reputation or goodwill, it is the public perception of the firm. Remember, it's the public perception of the firm rather than a reflection. It actually states our position. Unlike corporate identity, corporate image is like a fluid. It can change overnight from positive to negative to neutral. Now let us see how it is defined. Philip Kotler defines, image is the set of beliefs, ideas and impressions a person holds regarding an object. This is also applicable to business. Let us see into what are the factors influencing corporate image. First factor is the physical appearance. It's the visual cues, Physical appearance or visual cues, they are very useful in forming a corporate image. Some of these are the logos, the interior decorations, outer view of the building, the appearance of the staff. All these need to be done carefully in line with the corporate vision, providing verbal cues as to how the organization wants to be perceived by its constituents. It is like the physical appearance makes your image more visible. Second important factor which influences corporate image is the quality of the product or the services. Customers are one of the most important stakeholders of the organization. Providing quality products or service will bring an satisfaction. Attempts should be made to cater to customer needs by providing them with the best quality product or services if you want to build an image. Third one is very important, is the financing. There's a financial power. Now you say you want an aesthetic beauty, you want a better product, you want adding value to the customer's experience. All this requires investments, and when you say investments, it comes as financial investments. Hence, adequate finance should be set aside towards image building. The organization must be willing to use money for creating good corporate image. The money spent on such things is of greater investments, which is going to bring in corporate image. Next is advertisements. Corporate advertising is designed to create a positive image of the corporation itself in the minds of all those groups who might be considered stakeholders in the organization. A series of advertisements over a period of time may convey a particular image of the organization, which may make it successful in the long run. Today you find a lot of organizations are sponsoring many programs, maybe the World Cup, the World Football Cup, the IPL, all this are being sponsored. Why? In order to create a brand image. Fifth one is the market research. Now, in order to ascertain the perception of the public regarding the organization, it will be necessary to conduct a marketing research. Now, on the basis of these messages and impressions, the organization then develops a persona. This persona reflects the reality of a corporation. On the basis of that reflection, audiences judge the firm and the people in it and accordingly make a decision about it. The sixth one is the physical environment. The physical environment not only creates a spatial image of the organization but also further turns it into a cultural space. It influences not only the customer's pre-purchase decision but also the post-purchase quality evaluation and satisfaction with the product and services. Next one is the people's expectations. The company's mission statement and how well the company's representatives portray this mission helps the company to shape its image. Now, the corporate behavior pattern, the ethics and the leadership styles must match the expectations of the customers, suppliers and partners. And managing of people expectations is very, very important in order to build in a corporate brand image. The last one is the media relations. Media relation is of great importance in corporate communication department because the media provides information. It creates awareness about the product service of the company. Media advertising is used to promote the organizations to financial publics, enhancing the organization in the eyes of the investors, the analyst and alike. It can also encourage interest among the potential investors also. Fine. Thereafter we come up to your last topic, that is the corporate reputation. The corporate reputation is overall estimation in which an organization is held by its internal and external stakeholders based on its past action and the probability of its future behavior. Now, to define corporate communication, we can say that it is basically the overall estimation of a company or an organization that is held by the stakeholders of the internal and the external market. In simple words, corporate reputation is the impression that significant people have about their business, the company's past action, the future predictions. There are also factors that govern the corporate reputation. It can be a result of a long period of financial investments in advertisements, public relations and marketing. It can also be the result of investment in intangible assets such as quality, innovation, stakeholder relationship and corporate standards. Let us look into the advantages of corporate reputation. Number one, it acts as a marketing strategy. A good reputation is a marketing strategy. Your customers will become brand ambassadors. Remember, your customers will be brand ambassadors if you are reputed and will market your products to their contacts on your behalf. Remember, a customer creates a customer, applies over here if you are having a corporate reputation. Second one is the product differentiation. The reputation of an organization can enable a company to differentiate its product in the highly competitive market. Third one, supports during crisis. Every organization goes through crisis. Whether it's Tata's, whether it's Birla's, whether it's Toyota, whether it's McDonald's, everyone. If you have reputation, it supports an organization in times of crisis or controversy. Despite the recalls, you'll find Toyota had a lot of recalls in the past few years, but still it has loyal customers. The number of new Toyota vehicles on the road today is fine, is a sign of reputation. Fourth one is the consumer preference. Consumer may have a preference for that company which is reputed, even if there are similar businesses offering the same product or services for different prices. Still, a person will go for a reputed company. Now, people go for branded products which has reputed, let us say a product of Tata's. Blindly people prefer it. Fifth one is the premium price. A good reputation allows an organization to charge premium prices. When looking at its vehicles in the same league, you find Toyota enjoys premium price in comparison to its competitors. Let any competitors come, Toyota will have its own say as price is concerned. If you need an international expansion, a solid reputation facilitates international expansion. Toyota is found to be a worldwide over because of its reputation. And lastly, it's an intangible asset. A good reputation helps you to win new business, retain existing customers, attract new employees, and gain favorable media coverage and act as a barrier against any competitor that you face. While considered to be an intangible asset, maintaining a positive reputation is fundamental to the profitability, relevance, and existence of your business.